Liked beer, still like beer. Yes, we drank beer, my friends and I. Boys and girls.
Motherfucker piece of shit.
Violated! We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
From Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation. Hello, lighters.
Hello, lighters.
I'm Brian Megan.
How's it going? I'm Dan Russell.
It is going good. I am marked safe from falling asleep at my own defense table and or farting and or shitting my diapers. Sharding. Full on shart, yeah.
Why is it cutting off the top of my head?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it is. I don't see it cutting off the top of your head here. Yeah.
Okay.
I see the top of your head and I see the print symbol behind you. So.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Change your resolution.
Oh, shit. I have a fucking delay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Don't forget to share and like and
Everything.
comment good things to your friends because we're here to talk a little bit about how fucked up the right is and about how we're trying to save democracy this time around. We need the blue wave. The blue wave's going to happen. We're all positive on it. But there's still a lot of fuckery going on the right side as far as trying to do shit. We were talking just before cameras rolled. We started talking about some of the protests, how we feel about protests. I'm going to repeat what I said, which is if you're going to protest, that's fine. The second that you disrupt something, the second that you become violent, the second that it becomes, bloody or difficult, that's not difficult. If it becomes bloody and becomes interfering with other people's lives, that becomes an issue.
Yeah.
If you want to get a park and you want to rent the park and you want to tell your message and you want me to walk through the park, hey, you invite me in, I might walk through the park, I might listen to your message.
Yeah.
But if you block my way in traffic and I need to get home and get my cat her medication, I'm going to fucking hate you. And I'm going to hate your cause at that point. It never works out well for the cause, and that's what you were saying.
Well, I remember when I was in college, we protested George Bush's trying to go into Iraq and Afghanistan, right? Mm-hmm. Did it do anything? No. There was marches all over the fucking country to fucking not go to war. And we were in Afghanistan for fucking 21 years. So I just want you guys to fucking know, all you college kids, it doesn't work. It never works. You know what it does? It puts Republicans back in the fucking White House. It did it in the 65 Chicago Convention. We got Richard Nixon again. We know for a fact that Reagan said, hold on to the hostages so I can let them go, and fucked over Jimmy Carter.
Exactly.
We know that fucking Nixon kept the Vietnam War going for 7 fucking years. After all the fucking at the Kent College, you know what I mean? The Kent thing where everybody was shot at that school.
Yeah.
Kent State, yeah.
The Kent State Tower
yeah.
shooting.
So it's like this shit never fucking works, you guys. Number one. Number two, you're being used. 300 people were arrested, and 200 of them were not students. They're probably goddamn fucking Proud Boys or fucking 3%ers. You're being used, kids. You look like shit. And guess what? You're protesting what's going on in Gaza? Wait until Donald Trump gets back in fucking office, kids. Guess what? All your fucking relatives who you're fucking trying to save over there in a different fucking country, you're all gonna be fucking deported back there. All of you. If you're not white and you're not Christian, you're in a fucking concentration camp or you're getting kicked out.
Unless you're married to Trump. Or a Trump relative.
It's not even funny, honey.
No,
seriously, he's
I'm
like
not making a
11
joke.
million. He wants to
That's
fucking
seriously
deport
gonna happen, yeah.
11 fucking million people.
Unless you are married to an American citizen. That's part of the push for it, yeah.
Well, even if you're married to an American citizen, if you're in a biracial relationship, they're gonna fucking kick out your wife or whoever is the colored person, and the other person's gonna stay.
They need to have a class that they can make it difficult
Are
for
you kidding me?
Nope.
These kids have no fucking clue what they're doing.
They're in college, of course not.
Every fucking protest has never fucking worked. Has it ever worked, people? The thing is, too, wait a minute, hold on, I want to finish.
Peaceful protests have worked.
Well, they never work either. Black Lives Matter. We had provocateurs. The white guys were setting the fucking shit on fire and breaking windows. Remember all the videos of the black people saying, see those fucking white people over? Yeah, they just set our fucking Wendy's on fire.
But we can't give up on things like the March for Selma that was a peaceful protest that actually got
I understand, but Black Lives Matter, the right had provocateurs in there to make Black Lives Matter look bad.
Yeah.
Same thing is going on here. So beware who the fuck, to kids in college, beware who's getting actually arrested. Because it's not your fucking fellow students.
Yeah, it's not students that are there that are getting arrested. Students, people that aren't students there are part of these encampments and part of this whole thing. So if you're looking around and seeing somebody that you don't recognize, you should be asking questions. Who is this person?
Yeah.
Why are they here? And why are they the ones, yelling things, violent things from the back? Why are they always in the back and yelling things? Right? That's another thing to look for. So you got to make certain as to who these people are.
Also, I want to add something else. Hey, kids.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up when you're fucking 50 years old, and guess what? The Middle East is still going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
It's been a mess for a fucking millennia. It's never going to change. Not until you get real leadership and some of these fuckers out of office like Bibi Netanyahu.
Right.
And I just saw a video of Hillary Clinton in a fucking debate with Bernie Sanders, and she was calling this shit out in 2016. We knew this shit was, it's infuriating. This shit never fucking changes. So good luck with your fucking, with your goddamn protest and making yourselves look bad and getting a fucking Donald Trump back in the White House.
And keep in mind,
that's what's going to happen.
Keep in mind that side, they said that they solved it all when they sent Jared fucking Kushner over there.
Yeah.
And he did nothing except get a couple
Shit
of loans
ton of
for
money.
himself. Got a couple of big loans, got a bunch of money. Who knows if he ever paid any of it back. He's the slipperiest fucker on the planet. And he's the one who, for about 2 weeks, they said there's peace in the Middle East. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's still a million wars going on. There's still the existence of warlords in the region. If you have warlords existing in a region, that's because there's a fucking war going on and has been for decades.
Donald Trump released 5,000 fucking Taliban, and guess what? They took over fucking Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Same fucking shit. You know what I mean? Same fuckery.
He facilitated the whole thing and is now blaming it on Biden.
And then Biden got us out.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe if he hadn't released 5,000 fucking Taliban leaders out of fucking prison, we wouldn't be having this fucking conversation. But the Republicans do this over and over and over again. And if you guys know who Randy Rhodes is, she has a YouTube show. Please watch her show today because she went over a massive history of the fuckery that we have been dealing with on the right for decades.
And you just mentioned one of the biggest right disinformation campaigns in recent years. They always look for a target, right? And the biggest target that they've tried to lay down now and for the past couple of years has been Biden's pullout from Afghanistan, saying, "Oh, he botched it. Look, he botched it. Look how terrible this. Look how terrible that was."
Over and over until he's blue in the face.
Exactly. That's a false narrative.
I know.
He didn't botch anything. Yes, that equipment was there, but guess what? It was all dismantled. all the important shit was taken out of
I
it.
would have taken every nut and bolt. No.
No, you wouldn't, because it
And not
costs
only
too
that,
much, and you're a fucking idiot
he
when it
wanted
comes to business and trying to move equipment.
He wanted to keep the Air Force base. So that means he wouldn't have gotten out of fucking Afghanistan, because you can't get out of Afghanistan if you keep the goddamn airport.
And it was his his people that started the talks about the pullout from Afghanistan. So you could technically say, hey, buddy, you were going to plan on doing this anyway. But you're claiming that, it was botched the way it was done. It wasn't botched. It wasn't botched at all. We pulled out of an extremely hostile and volatile area that blew up when we pulled out. Guess what? We knew it was going to blow up when we pulled out.
Yeah.
We weighed the options. Biden made the choice.
Everybody
getting
knew.
us out of that fucking war, getting us out of that quagmire was more important than the month of, hostile chaos that was happening there. Good call. Yeah.
Elizabeth said 11 million people was the precise number calculated by the Nazis in the Wannsee conference in 1942. They also detailed a degree of Jewish blood one might have, how they should be treated by degree. Jesus Christ.
Right, yeah.
They referred to the voluntary euthanasia as an option. And also, he simultaneously withdrew our troops, leaving 2,500 U.S. troops. Yep, I remember that, Wizzy. Thank you for all your good information. Adam says Republicans keep running around setting fires and then scream. That's what they do. They set fires. This right here, these protests.
Republicans light you on fire and say, look, he lit himself on fire. Cray.
So sick of it. And we just keep watching the same fucking broken record over and over and over again. And I don't know how we change as Democrats or patriots or whatever you want to fucking call Americans. How the fuck do we change this? And all I see is the fucking, I see Katie Tour on fucking MSNBC and Nancy Pelosi shredding her, going, well, you can be a Trump apologist if you want to, but I don't have to be.
Right.
That was a beautiful video.
Right.
And do it. Call them out right to their fucking face.
But so many people aren't going to see that. And so many people that need to see that aren't going to see that.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what we need to somehow overcome. I don't know how to overcome that. That people aren't going to get the message. They're not going to see the important stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're inundated with their own other shit.
We have what?
The algorithms aren't going to let it through.
We have like 6 or 7 companies that own all of our fucking media.
Yeah.
We've got oligarchs owning our fucking social media, right? Mm-hmm. So it's
We'd like to thank you for the show that we're putting on right now. And if you'd like to like and subscribe, you can go ahead and do that right now. You know where the buttons are.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump left the backlog of 1,400 immigration applications from Afghanistan. And I'll tell you what, these kids, I see these kids and they, I know they're not white. Let me just say that. Okay. They're not white. Your families are gonna be deported if you get fucking Trump back in here. Right. And I don't care how long you've been in this country.
Right.
He doesn't give a shit.
Right. I don't want, and this isn't me saying. This isn't me saying this. This is like, it seems to be like the right side is saying, we don't want. I'm not included in the we. We don't want your uterus to do anything we don't want it to do, and those of you who we feel are dirty, who already have used your uterus, we need to punish you too. It's like they're trying to double punish women across the board.
It's such a fucking bad. It's so bad.
The right side is trying to get into women's business, trying to get in women's bodies, trying to get in women's decisions on their own mental health, on their own physical health. What the fucking hell is going on in 2024?
I know. They want to fucking take us back to fucking 1864. When black people were still fucking slaves and women weren't allowed to vote. That's what they want, Brian. I don't know what else to fucking say, but I see
You're
it.
absolutely right. That's what they want.
I see it on a fucking daily basis.
That's what Make America Great Again stands for. When you turn into June Cleaver, they're fucking happy. Right? That's what Make America Great Again is.
Yeah.
When was it ever fucking great? Because back in the 50s, if you were black and walked into Beaver's neighborhood after dark, you were probably going to get beaten to death and hung from a tree.
Yeah.
And then Beaver's going to, gosh, Wally, what's that? Gee, Beav.
Yeah.
I guess that's just an N-word that just wandered into our neighborhood last night. Eddie Haskell got him.
Brandon Wood said, I was also there in Randy Rhodes today. I loved her breakdown dating back to before Nixon.
Right.
And it was really great because she was really talking about all these protests on college campuses, how none of them did any fucking good. All it did was give the right the pictures. Okay? All those pictures were plastered everywhere.
Facilitates the propaganda.
And same with these fucking posts of these fucking fights that are going on between the cops and the fucking and the protesters.
Yeah.
And none of the protesters are fucking school kids. I don't know if you look at how old these people are.
Anybody that looks at these pictures, there's a cop. Right? They think the cop is right all the time, and the cop is beating the protesters. This is what's going to, affect the older voters, the ones who show up en masse to vote. This is where we're the party of law and order concept,
that's what she kept
bullshit concept comes from. Yes.
She kept bringing that up. How can you run on the law and order when you're nothing but you're for chaos?
Exactly.
And
you create the chaos and then say you're for law and order.
And then we're the only ones who can fix it.
Of course.
But they want to drown.
But if you want someone else to try.
They want our government so small that it drowned it in a fucking bathtub, but so big that it can be in my fucking asshole and my fucking panties. It's wrong. We're sick of it. We already won these battles. Now we're going backwards. And the same fucking shit is repeating over and over and over again. Just a different era, a different fight, a different culture war.
The term women's suffrage really comes into play and having a bit of a twist on that word because women have continued to suffer since they got the right to vote. Women have continued to be put upon by the Republicans at this point.
Jesus Christ. Spykin says, when asked about women's rights, Clarence Thomas said, quote, "The Constitution doesn't mention women," unquote.
It's Clarence Thomas. Does he know what it says about black guys? I'm just asking a question. So nobody threw that back immediately? Because that's a pretty obvious question to ask on that one.
Elizabeth just said Thomas should have only 3/5 of a vote.
There you go. There you go.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Read the room.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that is spectacular.
Thanks, Chris.
That is one of my favorite things. I want a picture of Clarence Thomas saying that.
Read the
and
room.
No. And that whole thing on there.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't mention women in the Constitution.
Yeah, same shit, different decade. Yep, 100%, Chris. Seriously. Seriously, Al, you're over in Twitch all by yourself, bro. We don't have good Twitch numbers, I gotta admit. It's just not there. So anyway, yeah, it's been really fucking irking me. I've been kind of keeping quiet about the protests on college campuses because I'm like,
you said before you wanted to focus on more things that were focusing on the U.S. and now the college protests have kind of forced that.
Well, escalated into mass violence.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm
induced violence, I believe.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of provocateurs, and these kids are just getting themselves caught up and locked. And that's the other thing.
Half of these kids are fighting to get free Uber Eats now.
There's finals right now. There's going to be almost postponed graduations. People are going to, you know what I mean? This is just, it's really kind of fucked up that this is happening right at the end of the school year too. And what I was thinking too is that, you know, these parents who are like, I'm paying, you know, $22,000 a year to put my kid through this goddamn college, and this is the shit. This is what we got to deal with.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, so those who are on full scholarships and those who are on a free ride from mommy and daddy who have no contact with their kids whatsoever, total trust fund babies.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are giving in to these flights of fancy and doing these kind of protests at this point, because they're the ones that can afford it, and they can afford to go for another year. The other kids, their parents are like, you get your ass out of that fucking tent. Get your ass into fucking class.
You're what, like 19, 20, 21, 22?
I'm paying $120,000 for you to go to school.
Right. You're like 19 to 22-ish when you're in college, you know, first round.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You're going to get arrested and fuck up your fucking life for this shit? Yeah. And guess what?
Yeah.
The problem is going to be there 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. It's never going to change.
Yeah, but how rebellious were you when you were 18? That's why they're playing on them.
Well, guess
That's
what?
why they're preying on
when
them.
we had our fucking
the
march,
provocateurs.
when we had our march against the war in Afghanistan, we made our signs.
Peaceful, right?
We walked down the street on a Saturday afternoon, and then we went and had a fucking beer. Nobody got hurt. There was no goddamn cops. There was no fighting.
Right. Twice a year, Haven, which is a women's shelter in the local area. I sometimes do some charity work for them, and twice a year they have an event called Take Back the Night, where the women will all walk a predetermined area, you know, throughout the night with candles and all this kind of stuff, and you know, there's events and there's music, and you know, it's a wonderful event. It's a wonderful fundraiser for the for the shelter.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things that, like, you know, these are peaceful events that help. The second, if we decided that, you know what, let's fucking stop I-75 traffic, that's when it becomes like, you know what,
now
you need to get the fuck out of here, because now it's a problem.
Right, yeah.
So I think we're all in agreement on that, and I think we're all in agreement that it's not the trust fund kids coming up with that idea. For different reasons. I think they're too lazy.
Also, how about they're getting a lot of information from social media
all
and TikTok?
From the provocateurs
and TikTok
and
is
the
owned by the
disinformation.
fucking Chinese. The communist fucking Chinese Communist Party. So, please, give me a fucking break, kids. Get your head out of your fucking ass.
What am I hearing in the background?
He's checking and make sure that I'm not too loud. I'm screaming. Move the fucking mic away from me because I'm fucking loud.
Yeah. He also wants to make certain we don't sound like a chipmunk this week.
Yeah.
Never living that down.
No, but it's been really fucking getting on my nerves, and now it's like, you know, and I'm thinking back, and I'm just like, my God, you know, we just, we protested, but it didn't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
It never does anything. It's never changed a policy. The only thing it's ever done is get Republicans reelected.
Yeah, it gives them a platform.
It gives Nixon reelected.
Gives them ammunition.
It got Reagan elected. Okay?
Gives them ammunition for sure.
Yeah.
We drop to everybody says, well, fuck this. I'm pissed off at these assholes. I am going to drop to their level and fight them at that level. The second that you do that, that's exactly what they want you to do. You just entered a world of hurt because you stepped into the zone where now they're going to pop you. Like if you're in a fight with somebody and they know I need to get his head here, and you bob and weave and they get their head here, now I got you. Right. And that's exactly what happens with the Republicans. They're like, soon as you want to fight me at the same level, the bullshit that I'm giving you, now I'm throwing everything I can at you for defamation. I'm throwing everything at you for slander.
Yeah, look at all the
libel
trials against Hillary for Benghazi and all that fucking.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And
make a comment. Go ahead, make a comment. And the second that you do, I'm going to throw this entire legal system at you.
And going back to these provocateurs, which I think are really making a lot of this violence happen, because just remember, 19 people.
These kids today aren't that
19
motivated.
people created all that fucking chaos on 9/11. 19.
Yeah.
That was it. And our lives changed forever.
It doesn't take many. Like I say, if the kid is like, if your college kids are watching for the person at the encampment who's walking back and forth behind everybody, yelling something out every once in a while, that's the one that you look for. And it's like, what the fuck is he doing and why is he doing it? That's the important question. Why is he doing it? He's trying to get you riled up, trying to, your hormones are all over the place anyway. You're a fucking college kid.
Yeah. Yeah, wait until you're our age and you realize, holy shit, I'd gotten all that fucking trouble when I was a kid for fucking Israel and fucking Gaza and Palestine and all this shit. Guess what? It's still going to be a mess. Still going to be a mess 30 fucking years from now.
IRA bombings and shit like that. There were a lot of IRA, recruitments after certain things, especially, when they gave a bunch of beer to the local kids.
Yeah.
That happened,
So I just don't think that those providers, it only takes a few provocateurs to fucking, there's hundreds of them, like I think there are, okay? Because I don't believe that these,
You walk up, you find one drunk dude, and you say, dude, you can't flip that fucking cop car. Fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Walk away. That's all you need to do. You do that, you say that, some fucking frat kid is I'm going to fucking flip this cop car.
Yeah.
And then you start a whole riot from that.
Right.
From one fucking thing, one note being mentioned, one little
even just
message.
be like, fuck the police and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? I could just
yelling
see that
from the back.
I could just see that shit.
Chanting starts.
Yep.
A tribe begins right there. As soon as that tribe is built, people feel empowered. They're going to move forward and they're going to flip that fucking cop car.
Yeah. Christine says it only takes one spoon to stir a shit pot.
Exactly.
Yep. And
exactly. Well spoken.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's. I really feel like there's a lot more that we wait until we find out who these guys are. I swear to God, I bet we're gonna hear they're 3%ers, Proud Boys, from just these fucking
There's
right wing assholes. There's gonna
be a good percentage of them that we don't know who they are, and those are the real ones, the dangerous ones.
Yeah.
Well,
19 only did
that,
action from Saudi Arabia. It was Reagan Bush Sr. that really did it when Iran-Contra happened. Saudi Arabia is not our ally. And that's from Black Dragon on Twitch.
I agree. Saudi Arabia has never really been our ally, but they're the ones with the, the thumb over the oil prices.
We don't need their fucking oil.
That's the point. For a long time we did. And they had their thumb on it. And that's why Jimmy Carter was putting a lot of pressure on them. And that's why the oil crisis happened in the first place. There was no shortage of fucking oil.
And Brian, I'll tell you what. Remember?
There's a shortage of what they released.
I just saw an article just before we went on about how gas prices are going back up again. And they know it's fucking to make Biden look bad.
Yeah.
And so that the right can be like, look at the gas is so smelling, making eggs and they can do the economies for shit. No, it's not.
It's not.
We've had one of the best economies ever.
Look at the profit margins of all the top companies and tell me that our economy is shit.
Yeah.
They are making billions upon billions. They're making more and more. We are making less and less and paying more and more for stuff, not because of Biden, not because of the economy, but because of their profit margins and their desire to get even more. Have you been to a fucking fast food joint recently? You know me. I go to the pub all the time. If I get a burger at the pub, I'm going to pay pub prices. Did you know that pub prices are only about $2 away from the equivalent size at McDonald's? And that's McDonald's.
Yeah.
That should have it. There's no dollar menu anymore. Fuck that. Dollar fucking menu is out the fucking window, isn't it?
Yeah. Corporate greed, Christine says, 100%.
I looked at breakfast sandwiches this morning. A fucking McMuffin with no cheese on it. A McMuffin with sausage and a small hash browns was, or a hash browns, that was like $8.59. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. What's that noise?
I have no idea. I just said a number and it went crazy. 9:42.
Hi, Wonder Mom. How you doing?
No, it wasn't that.
Hi, Mark P.
Maybe it was Wonder Mom coming in. That sounds kind of like a wonder thing.
It was Wonder Mom coming in.
She
brought sunshine with her.
Wonder Mom. Wonder Mom.
Hey,
All
Paul,
the
how
world
you
is
doing?
waiting for you.
Yeah,
Hello,
John
Paul.
says gas is actually dropping here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do they think Trump will do for Gaza? He would fucking level it so he can build his fucking Trump Gaza tower.
He would tell Netanyahu to level it and make it all Israel and get rid of Gaza because he has a pet peeve against Palestinians because Rashida Tlaib said we're going to impeach that motherfucker when she got voted in. Remember when she got elected? Remember that? I think this all goes back to that. Trump's stance on this is entirely based on that.
Oh my God. Kalahela said economy is crap. Dow 4 years ago was 1,900. Today it's 3,800 plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 1,000. I'm sorry, 19,000. Today it's 38,000 plus.
I know what you got. Sorry, I was in the middle of burping there. It's people have to, a funny thing for me is the Trump media situation that people are saying like, oh, he just made another 1.8 billion. Yeah, but he's going to lose that in the next week when it balances because he gave it a bullshit figure to launch it with.
It plummeted again yesterday, like a huge amount. And
Yeah.
and I'm just like, go ahead, let it crash and burn. He can't fucking sell it. He can't do anything with it right now, right?
He is going to, at best, break even with that balsa wood in a forest fire of a stock.
Elizabeth said unfettered corporate greed
In
that
the course of
Republicans could regulate if they cared. But they don't care. And that's the thing. They never do anything for
Well, they
the
do
American people.
They
Never.
care about hating somebody, and they care about getting revenge on somebody. It's not about helping you or me. It's about helping them hate someone more.
Yeah.
Hate someone more powerfully, I believe, is really the way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous because the people on the left are like, there's someone knocking at the door, they need help, I'm going to help them. And the right is like, fuck that, I've got my gun out and I'm ready to shoot them. And I'm like, how sad it is that you live in such a sad world where you're that
we haven't
scared.
even talked about the fucking Christine Nome shooting the dog in the
fucking
fucking
hell.
face, and
Fucking
then
hell.
she's in a homicidal rage, so she
Surrender
kills
to
the
a fucking rescue.
Hold on. She fucking not only shot the dog in the face, but in a homicidal rage decided to shoot the fucking goat too. You fucking bitch. It's
She
so
got
gross.
the bloodlust from using her little pop gun, and it's fucking disgusting. It's
Oh
terrible.
my God.
If you can't handle the animal, if you think that the animal is going to hurt someone, you surrender it to a rescue.
Yep.
There are rescues everywhere in the United States, in every single fucking state, and I guarantee when you call them up, they will come to you. They will drive out to you to rescue that animal because they can rehab that animal, and based on whatever bullshit you're using to try to kill it, it's really just an excuse for you to kill a human. Well, I think a lot of animals are as human, so it gives you an excuse to kill a living being, and that's what you want to do with your gun, isn't it? That's what your big little, dick replacement is.
Yeah, 3
Your little
horses
pop gun.
too.
You want to
Kalahela.
take a life.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It's so
Fuck you and anyone that looks like you.
disgusting. And I think this really killed her chances of being VP. That's because even the right doesn't like it when you shoot fucking dogs, dude.
I'm
Jesus
really,
Christ.
really hoping that a whole bunch of feral dogs show up on her property and just tear her to shreds.
She's on her apology tour. Just kidding.
Yeah, but do you know what? No, seriously, she went
saying,
out to try to do.
Don't know what it's like.
Her damage control was to say, well, that dog also threatened my children, so it was between my children and that dog. And people are like, you still didn't surrender it to a rescue, you bitch. This dummy thinks that that's her defense to it. It threatened my kids. A puppy threaten your kids. Well, I can see it. Maybe a dog did threaten your kids. You know what? You call the fucking rescue. You lock the dog in a closet. You let them come and they'll take the dog away.
Yeah.
They will travel the distance. They will do the effort. They will do whatever it needs to get that dog away from you specifically, especially if you say, I'm about to shoot it.
Yeah.
Give them the
Fucking
chance.
gross.
Let them take the dog. Let them rehab the dog. And that dog, I guarantee, will have a beautiful life away from your fucked up ass, because dogs reflect their owners. Mm-hmm. And if they're a loving human being, that dog is going to be social. He's going to want to snuggle with people. He's going to be loving. And if they're a psychopath fucker, they're going to come up to you and growl at everybody. And the owner's going to be like, oh, just ignore him.
Yeah, Wonder Mom.
Get over it.
Mom says animals have more humanity than many people.
They do.
And there's, we are major animal lovers. I have 5 cats. You've got a cat. It's,
I grew up with dogs.
I grew up with dogs my whole life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're massive animal lovers. And when that's, and she wrote it in her fucking book.
Like it was a trophy kill. Like, this is a good thing about me. Like, you should vote for me because I did this. This makes me a strong human being. Because I took the life of something that had no idea I was about to kill it with a weapon of destruction that I don't really need, even though I live on a quote-unquote farm. I'm sure that she's out really milking the cows every day. And when she could, like I say, she could have surrendered that animal to a shelter.
Yeah, Christine said, worried about her kids now. How does she treat them when she's pissed off?
Yeah.
You know? What are you going to do? Take them out and shoot them too?
Timmy, you got an F.
And how about this?
You know what that means?
How about this?
Disappointed. Jesus!
When a normal person is faced with a problem, you try to resolve the problem. And when you have a ruly dog and it's not behaving and it's bit people or whatever, that's when you surrender it and I can't do this. And even though I've had dogs my whole life, you know what I mean? Like, okay. Instead of facing the problem and dealing with it the correct way, what's she do? She takes it out and shoots it in the goddamn face. That is not dealing with the problem. That means every time you have a fucking problem, you're just going to shoot it. Do you know what I'm saying?
She's a serial killer starter kit. She used her weapon the way that she wanted to use it. She wanted to kill something. She wanted to kill. That was the whole thing behind this. She wanted to kill a living being, a beautiful living being that maybe wasn't beautiful to her, but could have been to somebody else. Many other people could have been rehabbed. There's no reason for it. It's bullshit. Fuck you, Kristi Noem, and anybody that looks like you.
Yeah. No, it was really, really a disgusting story, and it's like...
It is.
And here we are, we're dealing with Donald Trump and his fucking, election fraud case with the hush money and testifying and the reading of... They called, literally his lawyer called him Von Schitzenpants in court today in front of... Yes.
That's great. That's great. Do you think this might be an attempted distraction? Do you think Kristi Noem dove under the bus to try to distract from the trials and talk about her shooting the dog?
No, I don't. I don't, because it's.
I don't put anything past him.
Well, the thing about it is, this book was the story happened 20 fucking years ago. We're just finding out about it now.
But why are we finding out about it in these few weeks?
Right. Well, her book came out. That's why we're finding out about it. And for her to even put it, how about her publishers putting that story in, going, we're gonna. It's like, are they for her or are they against her? Maybe they're kind of against her. They're like, oh, yeah, you're going to keep the killing of the dog story in there. You got to.
Yeah.
So it trash her reputation. I'm sorry. You don't fucking shoot animals. You don't.
No.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
It's so bad. And it's, I don't know. Now I don't know what to think. Maybe it is a fucking distraction. I don't know, but it just feels like we've got these kids protesting with provocateurs. We've got, which is another rinse and repeat. We've got Donald Trump in criminal fucking trials. We've got Kristi Noem shooting her fucking dog in the face and her goat and her fucking 3 horses. I mean, it's like it's a little bit of an overload, like emotionally. I've been very emotional,
Right.
you know, and then
Is that intentional, do you
and
think?
well, I feel like, you know, I've also had shit going on in my private life. I don't know if you heard about Lacey Santia.
Yes. I was, I forwarded everything about the search party. I tried to help get the word out. I was heading over there when I heard the word that she had been found.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I talked about that, you guys, on Tuesday's show with Benny. So it's just been heartbreaking. And so we lost a friend, and we're not like
You
super.
knew her.
Well, we played gigs at her house. And so I knew
Really?
her, and I just, you know, I felt like, you know, I kind of wish that I had known her more because she was such a great person. I loved her so much, and she was so much fun to hang around with. And I don't know. the whole story just gives me.
I didn't know her at all.
The
for-
EBGBs.
Yeah.
It gives me the willies. There's something, you know, I don't like about it. But, you know, to move on. But so, you know, and not only that, you know, we all have our own personal lives,
Yeah.
you know, and when stuff comes up like this, it's like, and then on top of all this, and you're just like, oh my God, this whole week has just been like, really just like, you know, I just feel like a major, and I feel like it's going to get worse. I don't
Catholic
think this
family. The older I get, more people die.
I feel like this is not going to get any fuck. It's going to get worse up until the election and maybe even after. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just going to, I mean, I feel like.
I got very ethereal there. Sorry.
No, I feel like, you know, we don't know. We've got Donald Trump saying, you know, when is somebody going to step in and take care of the fucking judges? Step in? What the fuck does that mean? You want somebody to murder the fucking judges? Like, is that what you're saying? This is stochastic terrorism. It's the same shit he did on fucking January 6th. He's still doing it now.
Yeah.
On a daily. And the whining from him. Oh, my God. He had a rally in Wisconsin and in Michigan yesterday.
Is it cold in this courtroom?
Hal covered the Michigan
That's
one.
a great wine to have. Is it cold in this courtroom?
Yeah, and then they turned the heat up, and then he was like having hot flashes. I don't know what the fuck his problem was. He's falling asleep. They can't keep him awake. I don't know.
I just love that you have a quote from a former president that says, "It's too cold in this courtroom," because he's in a fucking courtroom.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, that I just love the quote.
Criminal.
Yeah.
Criminal courtroom.
I love the quote. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say all you want about everybody before.
Guilt turlet. Oh my God. Adam is breaking out all his aliases.
Oh, nice. Go for it, boy. Have a go.
Well, it was his birthday yesterday, and we Zoomed with him till the early hours.
Adams was?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go. Sláinte.
And so, yeah, we were up very late Zooming with Adam last night.
Nice.
And it was, you know, I can see your chats, Janelle. 1986. I can see you, honey. Yeah, it seems like a lot this last week. I don't know if it's just the normal shit hose, fire hose of fucking news. It just seemed like a lot more this week. Maybe more emotional than before. I don't know. Do you feel it too, or is it just me?
I feel that every week that we move forward with trials, with attempted trials, with delays and discussions and diatribes, it all seems to be a spigot that's slowly opening more and more.
No, I feel like it's a
more
fire hose.
and more, and it's gotten to the
Yeah.
fire hose, but it's still going. You think it's a fire hose now, it's going to be 5 fire hoses by the end of the year, right? This is going to, by the end of the year, who am I kidding? Before November.
Yeah. I wanted to.
This is going to be cray-cray. The first and last time I ever used that phrase.
I know. I love Kathy's in. She said, "Hey, Mark, my goal for the day has been to do nothing, and I'm succeeding." Kathy's in on Twitch. I love it, honey. Keep
Love
succeeding.
that, yeah.
Keep on sucking till you do succeed.
You do you.
And Kella Hella said about Trump, he has more hot flashes than you do, Diane.
If at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel his rhetoric is ramping up and things are getting more intense, Christine. Yeah,
He's showing that he can't even sit in a chair for a long court day. By the way, those of you who don't know, a long court day is not 8 hours. A long court day is about 2.5 hours in the morning, a 2-hour lunch break, and 2.5 hours in the afternoon, probably closer to 2, then you're out of there. He can't stay awake during these meetings. He has to go through at least 3.5 hours of meetings every day as president. Wouldn't you think? I would think it would be way more than that. How is he going to get through any of that? He's proving he doesn't have the stamina to do this shit. What are you laughing at? What are you going? What?
It's intensifying with every day terracotta tyrant sits in trial.
Terracotta trial. Nice.
Oh my God, terracotta tyrant! Somebody write that down. We gotta use it for a title for the show.
And I really do think that, yeah.
Holy
It's gonna
shit,
get
Elizabeth,
worse.
that's so funny.
He's just going to show more and more of his incompetence moving forward. That's
Oh my
the only
God.
thing that can happen here.
His 2 rallies yesterday, terracotta.
That is a great one.
Oh my
Cheers,
God,
mate.
we have to name the next Benny and Loco Diane Benny show with that terracotta fucking tyrant. That's one of the best nicknames I've heard so far, Wizzy Puff. Now, what was I going to say? I totally forgot. Fuck. What did you say before that?
Bury the fucking cat!
Fucking Democrat.
I don't know. I just did a big hit. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, now you broke Diane. Yes, you did. You're
Yes.
broken now.
Congratulations.
Now I'm having a hot flash.
To retrieve your award, go to the YouTube channel and click like, subscribe, join,
Another one for the
bring your
list.
friends.
Yeah, I read remember our list that we started a long time ago of all the fucking
All the names. You had
Trump
like,
names.
I gave up after like,
There was
4 pages.
Yeah, we had 4 pages.
4 pages.
Yeah.
But now some of the new ones are Farticus,
I have to start writing them down.
like Spartacus, but Farticus. What was Tony? What was the other one that you said?
Von shits in his pants.
Von Shits in his pants.
Von Schitzenpants.
There's another one other than that, wasn't there?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, what was it? Farticus and...
Farticus and Von Schitzenpants.
I know.
Yeah.
Now you guys are going to start doing all of them in...
I have never, ever fallen asleep at my defense table
Yeah.
at my criminal trial. Mostly because,
Fuck.
well, on all my felonies I pled. So I did not have a...
Shart face instead of Scarface. I was saying
Scarface.
Sir Sharts a lot.
Wow. It's just when you think of, yeah.
There's so many. Like, it's just... Oh, my God. Now my eyes are watering. And,
Oh, good
God.
load. Oh, good loady. Oh, I need a fan.
I have
need a
hot
fan,
flash,
too.
And my eyes are watering. I'm
Oh,
just a
good
mess.
Lord.
I'm a fucking mess. Wizzy, you broke me.
Jesus wept. You fucking broke her, didn't you? That's great.
Wait.
Better than my comment about reading my religion across the room when I'm wearing yoga pants.
The Nod Father.
The Nod Father. That was another one, yeah.
Donald Slump.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, there's so many. And all right, I'm calming down a little bit. I'm coming back to normal. But I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. I hate it when I do that. No, he really looks like shit. I mean, he's been looking worse and worse day by day. He's not sleeping. He's tweeting till goddamn fucking 4 a.m. and up at 6.
It's not wrong to feel really, 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 really good about that.
Yeah.
It's not. It's empowering to look at, oh, you poor little fucking fat ass orange bitch. Get down there,
Terracotta Tyrant. It just broke me.
Terracotta Tyrant is nice.
I know.
And I'm thinking of the terracotta, the top of the terracotta that goes to the pine cone, having the pine cone go off to one side, right?
I know you did it with love, Wizzy. Oh, yeah, you can never have enough fart jokes when it comes to fucking Donald Trump. So,
You can't.
But wow, it's been, now I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. It was a really fucking good point, and I hate that. Yeah, it is eating him up.
Go to your notes.
It is eating him up. He is getting
He is.
more, and he just keeps admitting shit. Wisconsin and Michigan yesterday.
Admitting that he told the Secret Service, I want to go down there for Jan 6.
He literally could not say the word infrastructure.
And
He couldn't say the word vegan. He couldn't say literally he was fucking up on so many fucking words.
Did he say Vigin? Didn't he say Vigin?
No, I thought he was like
that?
vegan or something.
Like Vagan? Like,
Vegan.
Like vagina?
Oh my God.
He wouldn't know anything about eating vagina.
A giant mohawk, hardcore, proning the front on the floor.
Especially from Stormy's...
Game joke.
Yeah,
Stormy's testimony, when she gets cold, she's going to... Well, let's just say that she's a master of slipping things in.
Turkeys are going to look like they're done because the thing popped out.
She is going to have such twists on her responses based on the questions. I feel that she has spent the last 4 years or so, 3-4 years or so, on the interwebs, dealing with guys, and her responses from her have always been brilliant.
Yeah.
So she's one of those ones, if you want to go into a war of wits with her, you are entering battle without any armor. I mean, she is just going to eviscerate you. No matter what you throw out at her, she is going to have a comeback. It's almost
Who are
like
you talking about?
Stormy Daniels.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. On Twitter,
Yeah,
she's
that's
a
what
fucking genius on Twitter.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Benny, do you have Tony's number? No. Okay, Benny's texting me. I know she's listening.
Hi, Benny. Hello.
She says, have Tony play it right now, because if, how do I get this
Tony
to you,
play
Tony? I can, how about I forward it to your phone, and you can figure it out. Forward to
Lumpy pillows,
Tony
kiss my ass.
Dunn.
Put that in your book.
Did you see the picture of him recently, Tony? Jesus, he basically looks like the Undertaker. Not the Undertaker, but the Undertaker's boss, I guess. I don't know any of that wrestling stuff, but
she sent it to your Instagram, Tony. So
he shows up looking like Spenguli, with bags under his eyes. His hair is all fucked up, and he looks like he's living, and he is living out of his car at this point.
Yeah, no,
My Pillow guy.
Yeah. And well, your point is Stormy Daniels, dude. She don't fuck with her, and everybody's calling like all these guys are like, "Oh, you're such a whore," and da, da, da. And she every time she's got a fucking epic takedown. It's so great.
What's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? Yeah, because she is gonna take them down. every single time.
Holy shit, fire. I don't know. Benny says...
This is Jabba the baby. Holy shit, fire. This is Jabba the baby.
Benny! You get in our... Why don't you get in our chat, honey? Who, Randy Rainbow came up with a new song? I love Randy Rainbow and his fucking parrot. Do you know who I'm talking about, Randy Rainbow?
Yes.
Oh, God, he's so good. And those pink glasses. I want those pink glasses in a major way. Hi,
You know
Lakira.
me.
How you
Got
doing,
a lot
honey?
of 'em.
Yeah, so, wow. So, where were we going? Yeah, I was thinking about the Wisconsin and the Michigan thing. Can't say words. He's like, again, breaking his fucking gag orders in D.C. and in New York. And then he's out on bail right now. I mean, literally, the guy is just committing fucking crime. He's a walking crime machine. He can't shut his fucking mouth.
If you pluck out the things that he's not supposed to say, what he's left with is this real base and barren version of his revivalist tent meetings.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to, if you believe that I'm the new coming of Jesus, you're going to vote for me. Basically,
Did you
is
see
what
the
it is.
Time interview in Time magazine?
I did. I saw that it was there. I didn't choose to read it. No.
Dude. Well, I didn't
Is it a
read
big one?
I didn't read it. I just got the all the
Wow.
awful things that he was fucking saying. Do you need a Kleenex?
No, I'm good.
So, all the fucking awful things he was
My
saying. He
allergies
wants to
is
monitor women. He's going to
kicking in.
deport 11 million people. He's going to fucking...
I saw all that.
Oh
yeah.
my
Yeah.
God, the
Yeah.
fucking shit in this
Yeah.
fucking... And I was just like, oh, see? He's going to turn himself into fucking dictator of fucking America. And you guys, all you college kids right now who are
Yeah.
protesting, and you're going to be out protesting this weekend, guess what? He's using you, and he's going to use you to get back in the fucking White House.
Yeah.
It's worked 100 times before. Who's behind this? Steve Bannon, Roger Stone? Somebody's behind it. Somebody.
It's somebody that we haven't heard about yet, because it's beyond the Harlan Crows at this point.
Yeah. No. A prequel to Project 2025. That's another fucking document.
What?
900-page fucking document. Project 2025.
I know. Yeah, we talked about that.
Fucking me,
I looked
dude.
into that.
Fuck.
What are they talking about? The prequel. What is that?
Well, we had 4 years of him. We saw what he's gonna fucking
okay,
do.
okay.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah,
and
now I get
and,
the.
and he's
okay.
he's like proud and bragging that he terminated Roe.
Right.
And he uses the word terminate. It's really fucking awful. His language and his fucking stochastic terrorism and his fucking... I'm starting to get worried.
You got to go all the way back to Roosevelt to really see the depth of the hatred between these two parties at this point. See where it built from there. I mean, you've gone back and you've looked at everything back to Nixon and all that kind of shit, but going even further back, that's where it all.
We had those fucking Nazi rallies in the 30s in New York City. Massive amounts of fucking white supremacists walking in their goddamn.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Their outfits. Those outfits that they
Their
have?
hoods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary, and I don't want it here. We don't want it. We're not going back.
Exactly.
We're not going back.
Nowhere near.
You want us to take back to fucking 1800s? You can really go suck a
Fuck
dick.
that. And the whole thing is that they're like, well, back in the 1800s, I could carry a gun everywhere. Not true at all. When people say the Wild Wild West, we've covered this before.
Yeah.
That you had to check your gun when you came into the big city or into the town where people were civilized and such. where you didn't carry a gun outside everywhere.
And now we've got...
That's what civilized folk did.
Yeah. And Christine is reminding us, Nazis were marching in the streets of Skokie, Illinois this fucking last weekend. I saw the pictures of them, and somebody was like, where are all the cops? And you know what George Takei tweeted back on where are all the cops? You might be looking at some of them.
Yeah. The reason you don't see cops at the KKK meetings is simply because
they're all in the KKK.
It's the same reason why you don't see Clark Kent and Superman in the same room at the same time.
Remember when he loses that last 5 easily become 9? I'm not sure what he's referring to.
I don't know.
Yeah, not enough talk about Project 2025. It's horrible. I mean, maybe we should do deep dives. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe there's not enough talk about it, and maybe we should cover it, because I don't see a lot of other people covering it.
It's a dissection of the current government structure. And if you take those pieces out, you eliminate the concept of the checks and balances that our government was initially supposedly based upon.
They don't want any fucking checks
that
and
have
balances
been
anymore.
exploited beyond belief at this point. That's why, because they've exploited them to the point where now they can eliminate them in some areas that seem mundane.
Yeah.
It's
now
okay if we get rid of it here, but that sets precedent for what they're going to do for something that's more meaningful.
Yeah, and now you've got SCOTUS literally trying to find a reason to give arguing for a reason to give Donald Trump immunity. It's fucking awful. And then he was on the campaign trail yesterday, and he's thanking them.
Not required,
he's thanking them on stage by name.
Yeah.
The 6 that are on his fucking side.
The biggest argument I've heard for immunity from the Republicans, the Rethuglicans, the biggest thing I've heard from them is that, well, if a president can't, declare war against somebody, then what good is he? And I said, well, he's just as good as he is if he does declare war on somebody, because he can't declare war without getting the express consent of the Senate and the House at that point.
You
can't do it.
We've never, ever, in 250 some years of this fucking country, we've never had a fucking president beg for immunity. We've never had to do it. There were always people, even if they were shit like fucking Nixon, at least he had the decency to fucking step down. Now, if he had been prosecuted, we wouldn't fucking be here right now.
I'm going to blow it up from that view, go up to another 10,000 foot view, and just say, you know something? You had Michael Cohen on your fucking payroll. If you've done nothing wrong, you don't need a fixer on your payroll.
Yeah, none
End
of his shit.
story.
Yeah.
Whatever the fixer is going to spill on you now.
You don't need immunity.
I think the fixer is telling the truth.
Yeah,
because he's spilling on you.
Callahella's saying, if you're innocent, why do you need immunity?
Exactly. Yeah. If you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and
Isn't that what they tell, everybody? Well, we pulled over that black couple. What were they all scared about? Because you murder a lot of black couples when you pull them over.
I knew it was not 250.
You're
right, Elizabeth. It's 248. I know. I was rounding up. I just get heated. I don't know the exact fucking number every day. Yeah, Trump is individual number 1 in the Cohen case. He's fucking co-conspirator number 1 in that case. He's a menace.
One of Trump's aides is coming up on a trial that got delayed because it's the same judge, Marchand, who Trump is facing now. I think Marchand should go through the Trump trial, and at the end of it, after he's delayed this other guy's trial, then he should recuse himself from the other trial at that point to keep it legal and to keep it moving forward. I'm just throwing a bit of
I don't
legalities
know.
out there. And I think that that's going to happen. So don't consider when he recuses himself then, don't consider that to be like, him kowtowing or anything like that. It's just a legal move that has to happen then. But first, he's going to take Trump to trial.
Yeah.
And he's going to take him to task.
Well, and I think we're both going to lose our bet. But here's Ali Osher said
Maybe.
this. Project 2025, officially known as the Presidential Transition Project. It is a collection of policy proposals aimed at reshaping the executive
Transition
branch of the
monarchy.
United States federal government. Here's a summary. Establishment. The project was established in 2022 with the goal of preparing for a potential Republican victory in 2024 U.S. presidential election. Objective, the project needs to recruit tens of thousands of conservatives in Washington, D.C. to replace the existing federal employees.
The evangelical youth. That's who they've been recruiting. Yeah.
Thanks, Allie. Yeah, it's really scary.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of
Pence
the
came from all that.
They want to get rid
Yeah.
of the Department of Education. They want to get rid of the FBI, the CIA, the fucking. And guess what? Hey, SCOTUS. Knock, knock, knock. SCOTUS, guess what? A dictator doesn't need a Supreme Court. He'll just fire all of you. He'll be like, fuck you. There is no more Supreme Court. I'm a dictator of America. Fuck you.
Biden's
Where
next.
there is no rule of law here anymore. I am the law.
Biden's next 4 years, he might expand SCOTUS.
He should.
Trump's next 4 years, he will abolish
Yes.
SCOTUS
Thank you.
and abolish that arm of the triumvirate. You can't have the government without that triumvirate for the checks and balances. Once you knock one of them out, you've knocked it into a whole different power play.
Kathy Zinn says Netanyahu got rid of their Supreme Court. I did not know that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I did not know that.
He neutered him, yeah.
So, Donald Trump gets back in. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
There goes your lifetime appointments. Fuck off.
Hey, kids, whether or not there's somebody in the back yelling about, like, a country that you don't live in, maybe think about where you're at right now and think about how can I make certain everyone votes blue? Because that's the only way that we're going to survive this next election and make our way through to actually getting some shit done. Look at the fucking infrastructure bill alone.
The CHIPS Act, the PACT Act.
Everybody,
Everything.
every Republican in the world has decided that they are taking credit for the infrastructure bill. Had nothing to. They all voted against it.
Yeah, Celery.
They voted against it, and they're saying, "Look at what I did for our state."
Celery is saying Bibi was trying to replace their Supreme Court with his loyalists.
Of course.
So if he does, he's already got 6 of them in there. And if he's dictator of America, he'll just shoot the other 3. He didn't give a fuck.
Biden should
Put him in
really
concentration
expand
camps.
the court. Biden should expand the court.
Yeah, 1,000 times better than Trump. Biden has been 1,000 times better. And he's gotten so much done, and the list is just unbelievable. And we're seeing the residual effects of it now. And he's got great people, and we've got deep bench of great Democrats, like really great ones. And it's really amazing to see that.
It's like a whale song. Sorry. That burp was like a whale song.
Yeah, but I just feel like
Yeah.
the fuckery is getting so deep that I'm
Look at Pete Buttigieg.
starting to get worried again. I was just thinking about him, with the bridges. Remember that one bridge fell down
So-
and
yeah.
it was up again in 14 fucking days?
He's fucking good. That's why I said, and you know that I said this before, Buttigieg Harris, I love that bill.
Yeah.
I love that bill.
2028.
Whether it's
baby.
Harris Buttigieg Harris, whatever it is. I
It'd
love
be
that
great.
bill. I love that bill.
We'd have a black woman president and a gay vice president. Oh my God, it'd be so awesome.
Every
Fucking Democrat.
single business that you walk into, working at the car wash, it's going to be a musical. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's
But really, they would be good.
I was talking about this
economy,
with Benny on our
else.
show, and I'm like, Benny, think about if Biden wins and we keep the House and we keep the fucking Senate and we can expand the fucking court and all the fucking good shit that would fucking happen. And if Trump gets back in, it's utter fucking American destruction. Like,
Keep the Senate, win the House.
what did I say?
Keep the
Oh,
House.
well, whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Okay,
Yeah.
so, but what I'm just saying, it's like it. Look at all the good shit that we could get done, and look at the alternative of literally having this motherfucker as a fucking dictator.
Think of why
and
we couldn't.
ruining democracy as we know it forever.
Cinema, and who was her buddy?
Cinema and not Mnuchin.
Was it Mnuchin?
No, Mnuchin was the Treasury guy.
Cinema and Kristen Cinema
And Manchin.
Manchin.
Yeah.
Those two assholes were basically like, oh, no, we're going to hang out and we're not going to push things through. And they held
We
up.
got to be aware of
We got to
Democrats.
push those people out. We got to push the dinos out.
No, we got to be aware of people running as Democrats when they really are
Democrats
Republicans.
in name only, dinos.
And then
Yeah.
and these people, they switch fucking parties. How many times have we seen that?
Lieberman. Back he ran with Gore,
Yeah.
right? And then he switched to, he's
Being a
like, no, I'm
Republican.
switching parties later. What the fuck? How can you get, honestly, how can you look at yourself in the mirror and get voted in as a Democrat and then say, no, now I'm a Republican, and flip after you get voted in? That is such horseshit.
Yeah, the
I can't get behind that in the least
dystopian
bit.
future that Christine mentions, dystopian future that Trump poses, is really fucking. It's out there. It's fucked up,
Yeah.
like serious bad. And if Joe gets in, and we can manage to keep keep the Senate and fucking win the House, then and expand the courts, fucking A. And there's going to be a couple fucking Supreme Court justices that are going to fucking quit because they're in so much deep shit. Because I think that's gonna come back out. You gotta have what do you call it?
Look at Santos. Nobody
No,
quits.
what do they
They
call-
have to get pulled out.
No, what do they call the guy? What do they
Kicking
call
and
Jack
screaming.
Smith? He's a
Special prosecutor.
a special prosecutor for the fucking Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I don't care how many fucking you gave one for Thomas, one for Alito, one for Kavanaugh.
I would agree.
And how about this one? I keep going over this because I want to remind everybody. Donald Trump, when he got in office, the Russians hacked DNC and the RNC. We never saw anything that came out of the RNC. When Donald Trump was in office, Epstein was murdered in prison, let's just say it. And Bill Barr because he was in the DOJ, he got all the Epstein tapes. He's got everything that David Pecker got on anybody, anywhere, ever.
And Bill Barr's still alive
Okay.
because he has all that.
No, what I'm saying is all this compromise, and then Putin and what it was hacked, and from Pecker, from the DOJ, and Bill Barr being in there, he got compromised on a lot of fucking people, and that's why we are seeing the fucking Republicans roll over and literally show their bellies to him because they're like, holy shit, we're in deep shit because it's either a dead girl or a live boy, and they're in fucking deep shit and up
You
to their
got me on
fucking
that one.
eyebrows.
You got me on
Because
that
you
one.
suck.
Jesus wept on the fucking cross. You got me on that one. That's fucking beautiful. That one is.
I didn't make it up. You've heard it before.
I know I have, but hearing you just
you
belt it out
won.
in the middle of a Diane rant.
Yeah. Bill Barr's father ran the private girls' school, all girls' school that hired Epstein, and his daddy was called Chester the Molester. That's where that fucking nickname comes from. So yeah, it goes deep, man. But what I'm saying is that Donald Trump got all this fucking compromise from all these other different sources, right?
Oh yeah.
How about the 45?
He had to
The
protect a lot of
4,500
people other than himself.
The 45
and himself.
The 4,500 tips he got on fucking Kavanaugh, buried. We never heard of it again.
I like beer.
Buried.
I like to drink beer with Pooter and the Toad. All my frat boys.
Squee.
I liked beer. Still like beer. Yes, we drank beer. My friends and I, the boys and girls.
Is Squee one of the real names that he used? Squee, yeah. 'Cause I made up Pooter and the Toad. I just threw that in there, because it sounded great. Because I, those of you who don't know, I played a lot of frats that's how I made my way through college. But, yeah.
Squee.
Fucking dicks.
Yes.
No, I've been seeing. Remember last show? I was like, motherfuck! I've been looking at this from a bigger picture, 30,000-foot view, and I'm still doing that, and I'm seeing it get a lot worse. His rhetoric is getting worse. He's getting more scared. He's gonna fucking do something, and we might have another Jan 6 situation on our asses. I don't know when it's gonna happen. But you can just feel the tension blowing up. And I know if he loses, the right's going to go crazy. I don't fucking care. If they have another fucking insurrection or try that shit again, arrest them all. Like you did before. So they ruined their fucking lives again for Donald Trump. How many people have we seen ruin their lives for Donald Trump fucking Trump?
He's calling for violent protest if he loses, and I guarantee you right now that if he loses, and there is violent, confrontation out there, it's just going to be a handful of people in Cincinnati and a couple other cities where they're going to get arrested and they're going to get thrown in jail. Their lives are ruined, exactly like you're saying.
Yeah.
It is not going to be a big movement. It is going to be a fringe few who feel that everybody behind them is rushing with them.
Yeah, but this time they'll
them.
have all their fucking AR-15s
this time there's nobody
with them.
behind them.
No, this time they'll come out with their AR-15s. They're not going to be fucking behind any metal detectors the next time.
I don't think any of those guys are coming out now. I don't think any of those guys are going to come out. I think that is going to be kind of a silent war for the next 7 to 8 years of the U.S. government finding those guys in the militias and finding their encampments and going and finding their stockholds and taking over that shit.
Oh, look at what they did. They fucking went after the dudes that tried to fucking kidnap Whitmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big one. That's
massive.
A big one.
And they all
big
fucking got...
That was right here.
Yeah, they got in trouble, but then there was one case that they didn't get in trouble because there was some fuckery with the lawyer fucked up or some bullshit, and they got off. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
But guess
okay.
what? They're still on the FBI watch list. They're still known. They're out there. You know what I mean? That they're out there.
Yeah.
And so,
they can't take a shit without the FBI knowing how many times they wiped.
Yeah. So look, we've got to have some confidence, and I feel like maybe that's another thing is all this fuckery is breaking down our confidence. I swear to God, there's millions of people out there like us, and there's fewer of them. And we have to keep reminding ourselves that this is a small but loud
They're a screaming
group
minority.
group of people.
A screaming minority.
And they are ragingly dumb. I mean, that's the other thing. Thank
and
God.
if you tell them that, they're going to get pissed off because they're like, what do you mean I'm a minority? Because they wish to treat minorities poorly, but
yeah,
they really are. They absolutely are. Less than 12% of active respondents to posts and things on social media are of that ilk. So, yeah.
Well, I just feel like it's getting more violent, and we've been watching it, and it's been getting worse. It's ramped up. Now we have a failed coup, failed insurrection, one of the most violent day. People were fucking, committed suicide because there was such bad hand-to-hand combat that day. They couldn't fucking...
That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this because they are pressing charges against so many of the false electors across the nation. I could not love that more. I've told you this. I
Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia.
They signed that they were the legal electors, and they signed that
and they
it was
filmed
done in
themselves
public
committing the
filmed-
crime. Oh my god, dude, it's fucking dumber than dog shit. Thank God they're dumber than dog shit. Because if these people were smart, it might have worked.
Dear sweet 8 pound 6 ounce baby Jesus, I just want to ask you for a real gift this year. Real gift this year. Could you please make these fucking assholes so fucking dumb
PB,
that they're gonna film themselves doing it?
Yeah, PB, I want to hear more about this. I missed it. Mary Trump said that Donald is suffering narcissistic trauma when he is in court.
Yes.
Thought that was an interesting psychological perspective. I'd like to hear more about it. I missed it. So,
She was just on with.
yeah, she was just on a few minutes ago. I saw that. I have MSNBC on right now, and
He would first have to admit that he's a narcissist to admit to that diagnosis.
I also wonder if that's why he's closing his eyes, because just like a kid, they're like,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to hear. I'm getting in trouble.
I'm escaping to my own little land.
Yeah, and he closes his eyes because he doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want to hear it. His ego, his insecure ego is threatened. Yeah.
Of course it is, and we should push on that. We should push that needle further. We should push that needle into the Clockwork Orange type of treatment, as far as I'm concerned.
Skull Saw 9, that is fucking really gross.
So gross.
Trigger warning, Nick Fuentes said, quote, honestly, we don't care about your grandmother that died in the Holocaust, unquote. This is who Trump met at Mar-a-Lago, who is being allowed back on this platform. And didn't he meet with, wasn't just Trump, it was Kanye? Wasn't it Nick Fuentes and Kanye West?
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking white supremacist piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
These men need to be taken down a notch. They need to be stuffed back in lockers.
Couple.
And you guys need to fucking do it. Women are fighting back all the time. They won't go after you guys. They come after women all day long on fucking social media. You should see some of the shit. All I do is really retweet stuff. I barely even say anything on Twitter, and I still get pushback. Like, you fucking whore, because they know I'm a girl. So, yeah.
You get a lot of that, really?
Well, not a lot, but it's there. And so...
Sucks.
And
A bunch of bullshit.
no, that's why, you guys need to be stuffing these guys in lockers again and just cutting them up. I love it when men... No, I love it when men push back because the women constantly have to. But when you guys do, somehow it gets through a little bit better.
Yeah, but we can't always let you see it because that would mean we're not that cool.
Yeah,
We just gotta
Sleepy
stuff 'em in
Don's
the
self-image as MAGA
Stuff
king
him in the
is
locker and then
threatened.
just look at it. He won't be around again, girl.
Yeah, Sleepy Don's self-image as MAGA king is threatened when he's in court and the judge gets to boss him around. Yeah, I can see that. Fuentes also said he could see himself killing his wife from Petrazi. What the fuck, dude?
Wow.
That guy's a fucking nut job. I think
Really?
I think I know. No,
That's what made you decide he was a nut job?
No,
I decided he was a nut job since
I think I've seen
go
that
one.
video.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that. There's a video of him. It was like a
Oh, that's
like a
is he
like a
jerking off to
surveillance
Charlie
video
Kirk or
of their
something?
backyard or whatever. I remember seeing that.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, it's been really kind of heavy. It's been very disgusting. Couple of weeks listening to all this fucking horse shit. You know, you've got SCOTUS trying to find reasons to give fucking him immunity, and the day before they're arguing about abortion and all this stuff. Guess what? If you don't have a doctor's degree, don't talk about abortion. You don't know fuck all about it. If you don't have a twat, do yourself another favor and don't fucking talk about fucking abortion, because you don't know shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I want the government out of my fucking panties.
And might I say, somebody said that guys should all get vasectomies because they're reversible to a degree. They should all get vasectomies, and then when they show that they are serious about a woman and they're serious about getting a woman impregnated with their child, then they can have it reversed. I am all for that. That should be what we move towards moving forward.
Yeah, MAGA macho is violent. Remember before we went on live today, we were talking about like gangster movies, The Godfather and stuff, and how they made the hero the bad guy.
Yeah, I said Sopranos. That, you know,
right.
They made the anti-hero the hero,
Yeah.
and everybody has romanticized.
And
Thank you.
and
They've romanticized the bad guy, and now everybody wants the mob boss as the lead of their life at this point. And Trump is an actual mob boss, so they're perpetuating this bizarre fantasy in their own life that, like, you know, hey, this is like dung dung.
And even like the amosexuals, they couldn't get into the fucking army because they're too heavy or they're too blind or they're flat-footed or whatever the fuck
Meal
it is. Like,
Team
I don't
6,
fucking,
Semper Pi.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Twastika Marge is a nasty snatch queen from Elizabeth.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
That's right, princess. I get the whole thing.
So, this week,
Yeah.
we've had a lot to look at. We have a lot more to look at next week because there's a lot more coming up in the trial, in the actual criminal trial of the asshole piece of shit Republican nominee for president sitting in court. Love it.
Yeah. It's been
Hey,
it's great, but
you know
at
how
the
many
same time
times
I'm just like,
Biden's been in court? None.
You dick!
never.
I love it. Oh, let me count. Let me count on the one hand. Oh, nothing.
That's a big
Nothing.
fucking goose egg.
Nothing. Goose egg. Goose fucking egg, isn't it?
It's a goose egg.
I can shite out the chances more than not.
It's great to watch him melt down. I'm just still worried. I'm worried about the fuckery. That's the only thing.
He is passing imaginary notes back and forth in class. They give him a blank pad of paper to give him something to shuffle and move around like, you know, a little kid. I love it. I love how all of his insecurities are coming out in this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am dying for the documentaries of the documentarians who are there because his family sure as fuck isn't. Eric showed up for half a day and then bailed off. He wasn't even there for the second fucking half of the day.
Tomorrow is Barron's graduation. Let's see if he goes to that.
He's allowed to go.
Rittenhouse couldn't even pass the ASVAB test to get into the Marines. I've taken that test. It's basic shit from Petrazi. I've never taken it, so I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you. And it was like basic. I bet that kid, no brain cells to rub together.
Do you believe that any of the other kids, Don Jr., Eric, Alyanka, the one we're not supposed to talk about, any of these, do you think that any of them have any actual evidence and or pictures of Trump showing up at their graduation?
Yeah, no, they don't. Well, so wait, May 17th is the graduation? I thought it was tomorrow. I guess not. So it's in a couple more weeks. Okay, so I didn't know.
This update brought to you by HBL Radio Nation.
And Steve from Scotland, who knows fucking more about it than I do.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. How's she going, eh? So yeah.
We're going to keep fighting against the terracotta tyrant.
Yes, the shit porcelain prince. Sir shits a lot. Farticus. My favorite is Farticus. I really like that one.
Okay, so it's May 17th. Okay, let me just get that down in my fucking notes because I'm like, yeah, I keep thinking it's right around the corner and it's not, and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, Sir shits a lot. Yeah, we had Sir sharts a lot, and I was like, because it was like Sir mix a lot, and I'm like Sir shits a lot because it's at least it kind of rhymes. But then we had Sir sharts a lot. So we just like we've been working the fucking nicknames around here.
I like big counts, and I cannot lie.
No, it's like he likes to fart and he always lies. That's the one I came up with. Little penis mushroom, the menace. Benny says.
Wasn't I can't wait for Stormy to get up there because she is going to throw in there the. I kept thinking, is he done yet? Part of her testimony. You remember that? That is entered as testimony.
I think I'm gonna come. Oh no, not that drop, Tony. No, I hate that drop. You gotta play. I think I'm gonna barf, and there he was, and he was nothing.
And he was. Is he done? Did he finish? Oh my god.
Notes in orange. Pen's gonna run out again soon with court shit. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Brian keeps bringing me orange highlighters because
she keeps running out.
Run my orange highlighter.
There he was, and he was nothing.
I keep running out of orange highlighters and need to buy a whole new pack, and I don't need the other colors. I only need the orange ones.
Perfect. We've run over a little bit. Thank you, everyone, for watching us. And like, subscribe, bring your friends in next time. We're here all the time.
Yeah.
See ya.
Just want to say thank you to Ali Osher, Big Steph fan, Kath Zinn, Adam West, Mark P., Moms Russo, Lakira, Ali Osher, Wonder Mom over here in Twitch, and then we've got Steve and Petrazi and Janelle Walker and Benny Loco just popped in, Spykin, Harry, KP, and Christine, Petrazi, Jan Morgan. If I haven't said your name, please don't be offended. We love you very much, and thank you for hanging out
it's like with
us here on HBL Radio Nation. We will see you next week on Thursday, same time, same place. Thank you so much. Please
show up,
like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Donate.
Yeah.
Give us your money.
Associate yourself with that cause, children. Asshole.
We'll see you next time, you guys. Peace out and thanks.
Enjoy.
Step it down.
bitchin' cars, and the motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of the spot. Oh no, oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she probably started to cry. Oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. I don't care what she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she probably started to cry. No, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super B. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us.
We lost him.
License plate registered to a William Guard Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of the spot. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you on the way to Mars. Oh no, no. Got everyone to do. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you on the way to Mars. Oh yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of the spot. Oh no, oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she probably started to cry. Oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. I don't care what she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she probably started to cry. No, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super B. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us.
We lost him.
License plate registered to a William Guard Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of the spot. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you on the way to Mars. Oh no, no. Got everyone to do. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care. hand, 'cause she's always in my hand. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, fire. This is Jabba the baby. Holy shit, fire. This is Jabba the baby.